Let's be real. How many people are in the real estate industry right here in this room? Okay, I see. Majority of us are in the real estate industry. And one thing about that Andy alluded to that was very important was just we have to continue to grow, develop ourselves, be adaptive, right? That's something that he emphasized, and that's completely true, especially right now. If you're doing the same thing you were doing 2-3 years ago, even last month, to generate business, I'm sorry, I'm taking it all. People are constantly innovating. You don't think Zillow and all these companies are already ahead of the curve and developing softwares that are going to, surpass any of your output? So what do you need to do? You got to develop skills that are going to be able to help you pay the bills, period. And that's what you guys are doing right now. That's what you guys are doing right now. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Richard Rodriguez. I'm a commercial real estate agent with over 100 million closed volume. I'm also a commercial real estate investor that has become financially free through this beautiful asset called commercial real estate. Beautiful asset. And today I'm going to share a skill that I've used to help me achieve that. And it's on the board. It's called seller financing. And a couple things that I note there as well is, when you're able to create value, you're able to create a career. Maybe 4 years ago, during the COVID times, what have you, you didn't need much skill, right? Because there was business everywhere. Right now, if you don't have skills, I'm telling you, I'm going to trample you. Straight up. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? And this is a skill set that you're going to leave with today so that you can compete in this competitive market. So this is for anyone who's ever bought and sold anything. You don't even need to be a real estate agent to understand and want to know why seller financing is so important. Has anyone ever bought a car or vehicle? Raise your hand. Hi. Everyone almost, right? You financed it unless you bought it cash, right? You were on the other side of this, right? You were a borrower, but you could also sell things, seller financing as well. Anything. Do not put a limit on what you can finance, okay? You can finance anything. You can finance your life if you wanted to, okay? So this is for anyone who's ever bought and sold anything. And what you will get out of this skill, and this specifically my short period of time of me on this stage, is you're going to learn how to calculate finance terms. So whether you're looking to buy something, you'll be able to calculate the terms for the financing, or whether you want to sell something, you'll be able to finance it and put together terms to finance it out to a potential buyer. And like I just said, it's not just real estate that you can finance. You can finance a vehicle. You can finance furniture. You can finance anything, literally, quite anything. And who cares? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Well, all you got to do is go on the news and talk. And all you have to do is look on the news as it pertains to real estate. And what's the big topic? What's the big topic, guys?
Crashing.
Interest rates. Interest rates. The news is talking about real estate crashing for the last 20 years. But interest rates. And let's be real. Interest rates are affecting the market. Period. That's why sales volume is down. Period. Period, point blank. So what are you guys going to do? Submit to that? No. Or are you going to go create your own reality? And today, that's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn how to create new opportunities and not miss out any opportunities and not submit to what the news or what this person is saying, okay? And you'll also be a hero because you'll be able to put a deal together that another agent wasn't able to put together. And who do you think is going to get the referrals? Who do you think is going to be top of mind? Like Andy said, people knocking on your door asking for your business, wanting you to represent them, wanting you to buy their property, whatever the case may be, okay? And the infamous, this is the tool right here, guys. It's called the financial calculator. Okay, maybe you've seen the brick and mortar one. It's a hard copy. I use this every single day. Before this meeting today, I calculated 2 finance terms for 2 different clients. Okay, it's an app. This is the app I use. It costs $2.99. $2.99, not a month. This is a lifetime purchase. And if you don't have the $2.99, I will finance it for you. I will finance it for you. So just get at me at the end of the class, and I'll tell you the terms that I want. Okay? In all seriousness, This is the app that I use, and I want to go over, there are 5 things that you need to be aware of to calculate terms. It's simple. It looks complicated, right? Oh man, if they look all these numbers, guys, like Andy said, prime yourself. This stuff is simple. I'm telling you right now, if I can learn this, I was a C student in college, okay? I didn't get over a 3.0. You guys can do this. Look, there's 5 inputs in the financial calculator that are going to help you solve for, more importantly, most people are looking for the payment. Most people want to know what my payment is going to be, right? But we'll get to that. The first one is time. Time. In a residential loan, what is the time period on the term of a loan? 30 years, right? That's 360 months. This calculator is going off monthly payments. So that'll be a 360 period of time, okay? So that's time, right? And the beautiful thing that I really want you guys to all take away is that there is no standard. When you're negotiating seller finance terms, there is no standard. You could do a 50-year term. You could do a 200-year term, a 2-year term. You stipulate the terms. You bring the terms to the table and you negotiate those based on whatever the need may be. Okay, so that's time. That's the first one. That's easy. Interest rate. What are the interest rates today? Ballpark 7%, let's call it, right? Ballpark 7%. That's literally what this input is, okay? It could be 7%, but that's completely negotiable. I've written up terms on seller financing at 2%, right? Present value. This was important, guys. Present value. It's not what the purchase price is going to be. It's what the loan amount's going to be. Okay, so understand that the present value, when you calculate this in your financial calculator on the app, it's what the loan balance is, not what you're buying it for. Okay, but hey, if it's 100% seller finance, then it is the entire purchase price. And that's absolutely negotiable as well. There is no boundaries. If you leave with nothing here today, there is no boundaries to what you can negotiate. Ask, and you shall what?
Receive.
Payment. That's what most people are looking at. Payment. What's my payment going to be? How much am I going to, if I'm financing something to somebody, how much am I going to get? If I'm buying something, how much am I going to have to pay every single month? Payment, right? And future value will always be 0. Why? Because these are fully amortized loans. Principal and interest are getting paid down simultaneously until the balance is 0. So future value is always solved for. It's 0. So all you need is 3 of these, and you can solve for the remaining one. Okay? So let's say you wanted to know what your payment is going to be for, and you have these other terms here, right? You'll be able to identify that as long as you have these. And I'm going to walk through an example. A real life example, and if anyone has any questions afterwards, I'm sure you guys will have questions. Write them down, and I'll go over them. This is a property that I have for sale. It's a lot in the city of Commerce. Okay, asking $400,000 for it. I've specified terms on this that I'd be willing to sell it with 50% down and financing the rest. The terms that I put on the table was a 7% term, 7 years, 7% interest rate, 50% down, and you'll see how easily we could calculate what that payment would be. Okay? I just mentioned the time, 84 months, 7 years. Okay? That's solved for already. I already knew what I wanted from that. Interest rate, 7%, solved for, right? Down payment was $200,000, 50% down off a $400,000 purchase price. What's the present value? $200,000, 50% down, right? We're solving for payment. We're solving for payment. We know the future value is 0 because it'll be a fully amortized loan. Okay? Here's literally an email of me sending it to a buyer that inquired on it. And what's awesome about this is that I gave them 2 scenarios. Why? Because you could completely alter the terms of any deal to make it favorable for everybody to achieve the deal. That's the whole purpose of having this skill. Is like Andy alluded to, it's not just going to be a win-loss. Everybody's going to win. Why do you want to sell? Well, I want monthly income. All right, well, let me see what type of income I could get you. Like, how much money do you want? $3,000. Well, if that's the case, we could literally just input $3,000 on the payment. We could on present value add what type of down payment we would be able to come up with, the interest rate, and the term. All this could be calculated. I'm going to express this in the video right after this. But this is an email of me sending terms on this, and you'll be able to see that the down payment is $200,000, the loan balance is $200,000, interest rate 7%, 7-year term, and that's what the payment would be. And that was easily calculated on the financial calculator, the app that I use. You don't have to use this app, but this is the app that I use. I use it every single day. And this is another scenario with them putting down only $150, right? So $250,000 loan, 7% interest rate, 7-year term, and that's what the monthly payment will be. Okay? This is a powerful skill. It's simple. I just went over it. I've even recorded a video for you guys all to watch afterwards. I'll send you guys this entire presentation, but I'm telling you right now, in this interest rate environment, I don't care what the heck is going on, my team and I are going to eat because of this skill. And transactions are going to happen. We're going to be brokering deals and we're going to be buying deals, seller carry. Okay? Now let's watch this video.
Let's do it. So going back to the example that you see on the screen, it's a sales price of $400,000. The terms were $200,000 down, 50%. It's a 7-year term. So we'll start with the time. It's an 84-month term for 7 years. Interest rate at 7%. So we just add 7%, add it in the interest rate column. Present value, they're putting down 200. The loan balance is 200,000. Okay, pretty simple, right? 50% down. And all we have to do is calculate for payment. So on the payment, just click payment and boom. That simple. That simple. And in this scenario, and in real world scenarios, more than likely there's going to be negotiations, right? This person could only come up with $150,000. Therefore, the loan balance would be $250,000. So we can easily calculate what that payment would be by putting $250,000 in the present value and just calculating for payment again. And there you go. That quick, instantaneously. You could just pull your phone out at the negotiation table and start calculating this. And let's say we wanted a longer term. This is a 7-year term. Let's say we wanted a 10-year term. Let's do 120 months. Add that in the time input. Calculate for payment. Boom. That's the new payment. Let's say we wanted a 5% interest rate. Add 5% interest rate into your interest rate column. Boom. You see what this does to the payment. And we could solve for any of these inputs as long as we have 3. Remember, the future value will always be 0 because it's a fully amortized loan. Principal and interest are being paid on a month-to-month basis. You have a powerful tool here. Now go and make some moolah.
What you guys need to know is that this calculator is powerful. And it's not the calculator that's powerful. It's the person using the calculator that's powerful. It's the person that could come up with creative terms that are going to be a win-win for everybody. Right? I gave a second scenario because they didn't have the 200,000. They only had $150. So, I'm just going to say no because they don't have the 200,000. Well, let's see what the terms look like at $150. And I'm going to go over it in this video right now exactly how that plays out on the calculator. I alluded to it. It's not necessarily the tool because the tool has been around forever. This financial calculator is not anything new. Can we hit the next slide? The tool is nothing new. It's who's using the tool and how are you going to use it. The whole purpose of seller financing is to go unconventional route. That 20% down, whatever the market's bearing, interest rate, get that. That thing has left my mind already, right? Because I'm not going to let anything outside of me determine the outcome of my life, and neither should you. So leverage this. And understand that at any negotiation table, there is what? A buyer and a seller. And they're only at the table to get something out of it, period. Whether they want a bag, all they want. They want a monthly payment. And most of these seller carrybacks are for properties that probably have little to no money, to no debt on the property. Older individuals who still want to collect some money, some cash flow, but don't want to rent, don't want to deal with a tenant anymore, or what have you, right? There's endless scenarios as to where this would work. Just know that it works. It's been around forever. It's made me money. And on the other side, literally, like, you could sell anything finance and just be able to use this calculator at any step.
And as always, I hope you found a lot of value in this video. Do not forget to join my free Commercial Agent Academy community, where we're gonna be able to network, we're gonna be able to provide more resources, and as always, you are one commercial deal away from changing the rest of your life. Talk soon.